Hello, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. I'm having a lot of technical issues on this side, but hopefully it is going out live and hopefully you guys can see me and hear me. So welcome to another Monday live where I do a 20 question mock test, break it down where you guys are interactive. You guys give me the answers and I explain any incorrect answers. So hopefully you are enjoying the weather where you are, getting a little bit of sunshine. I had decent weather in Luton today, decent pupil as well, which helped. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Chat box, chat box, chat box. Laura, hi and welcome. And Laura's saying, join Discord if you haven't already. Tracy, welcome, welcome, welcome. I've not seen your name before. Welcome, if you're new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I got problems on traffic lights. If you've got problems on traffic lights on the, it's gonna be one of those days. On the channel, I done a video on traffic lights and all the crossings. It's an in-depth video. My advice is go on the channel, click on the video, and it's gonna explain a lot more than I can on the live because like I said, it gives you every crossing, all the lights explanations, and the sequence of the lights. So that's your best bet, is to jump on the channel once this is finished and look for the video. It's done recent times in the last 2 months, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. If you join Discord, I believe it's in the resource section, so it takes you straight there. If it's not in there, I'll jump on Discord after this. If it's not in there, I'll put the link in there. So if you haven't joined Discord, join Discord, then you'll find all the help you need, especially if it's not just traffic lights. Any help that you need, jump in there. I am fine, thank you, and welcome. Hopefully you are well. Hi and welcome. I can see, I'm assuming you can see and hear me. Hopefully things are working. Hopefully it lasts out until the live is finished. But like I said, I've been having a lot of technical issues today setting this up. So hopefully YouTube let it go all the way to the end. Welcome, welcome. Wisdom, awesome, in Exmouth. Wow, it's a long way away. Welcome. I did my test today and I passed. Thanks so much, your videos really helped me. Well done to you in passing. So let me give you your props on that. Let me know what your next step is. I always like to know what you guys' next step is. It's not just about me helping you pass the theory. I would like to help you with the driving side of it as well. So if you've got any issues with the driving or you want to know what your next step is, let me know in the chat. But well done for passing. Tomorrow, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is interesting. Greg, your channel helped me pass my taxi theory recently. 94 out of 158 out of 75. Well done to you. Again, let me give you your props for that. Well done for you for passing your taxi. What's your next step with that? So once you pass, does that mean you can go and do the next bit? Whatever that bit is? Or let me know in the chat what your next step is with the taxi side of it. I would like to know what you guys are doing in terms of whether it's motorcyclist or HGVs. Just let me know what your next step is. My test is on Wednesday and I'm nervous. You're always going to be nervous for your test. That's not an issue. It's you controlling the nerves is the problem. So make sure you control it. Any people that tells me they're not nervous for a test, whether it's a theory test or driving test, it worries me because you need the nerves to stay focused. So it's good to have the adrenaline. But if you've got any questions, let me know. Put it in the chat. Let me answer it while you are here live and I would help you out. But good luck with it on Wednesday. And let us know how you get on. Daisy, welcome. Hello, Cressa. Good to see you back. Appreciate that. Name it again. Welcome. Nice to see you guys coming back. Familiar faces. Hi, Dorian. Thank you so much for your help. I passed my theory test last week, 40 out of 50 high score. Well done to you. And 54 out of 75. Again, let me give you your props. Congratulations on that. Love it when you guys are passing. Again, let me know in the chat what your next step is. It's really good to know if you're going to take driving lessons or look to book a driving test. Tracy, I am old. Normally tag. Okay. So your tag, or otherwise known as tag. Welcome. Tracy, last week you told me to take something, I'm sure it was you, told me to take something for my toothache. I literally went to the chemist straight after the live and bought it. And it's mouthwash I think you recommended, and it really, really helps. I appreciate that. So thank you for the recommendation. Franklin, thank you for what you do, Dorian. Thank you guys for coming and watching and let me know how you guys get on. That's the reason why it's done. If you guys wasn't watching, wasn't turning up, didn't let me know how you getting on, I would stop doing it because it takes a hell of a lot of time. But it's worth doing it knowing that it's actually helping you guys, to be honest. So that's my motivation, Franklin. Welcome. I've registered for the exam, but have been watching and following. I'm currently using my international driver's license. Right, the international driver's license, that's the driving side. I'm assuming when you say you're registered for the exam, you're talking about the theory test. Just type in the chat yes or no if that's what you mean. So you're looking to take the theory test on that. And also let me know how you're getting on with the international driving license. How is it driving in the UK? AJ, your provisional license came today. Well, you're good to go. If you've already been studying, you can book your theory test. If you haven't, get some studying in before you book it. But well done. Make sure you hang on to that provisional. I'm doing my theory test with my partner. Okay, so you got your tests. What's the 9th? 9th month. That's this month, which is Wednesday. Wednesday's the 6th, right? No, it isn't. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday's the 6th. So that's just around the corner. Again, Jacob, if you've got any questions, any concerns, put it in the chat. Let me know. Let me try and help you pass that test on the 6th. But good luck with it when the time comes. Not a problem. That's what I'm here for. Everyone's doing a test on a Wednesday. I do my theory on a Wednesday as well. Janine, hopefully I'm saying that right. Good luck with that. Again, if you guys, for all of you, not just for you guys taking a test, but the priority would be any of you taking a test this week. Let me know in the chat if you've got any questions, any concerns, pull it in there. Let me answer it directly to you rather than me doing a generic answer. Let's get you that passed this week and moving on. Franklin, I passed my theory test with high scores just by watching your videos. I'm glad the videos really helped you. I am so glad. Tomorrow before, when I called the DVLA, I was told I could have used my local license from the time I left the country and returned back to the UK. But now another caller says I can't. Dorian, sir, please, I need to pass. I'm not understanding your question. You need to pass. I'm still not understanding what that's about. I get what you need to pass. The DVLA said you could have used your local. Let me just read that again. My dyslexia is kicking in here. Right. Before, when I called the DVLA, let's pull that back up. See if I get some sense out of this. Before, when I called the DVLA, I was told I could have used my local license from the time I left the country and returned back to the UK. But now another caller says I can't. What license have you got? We're talking about a UK license or a foreign license. You need to let me know what country the license is from. And then we can take it from there. But I'm not sure, well, to be honest, don't surprise me with the DVLA. One hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. So let me know what your license is, whether it's a UK or international license. And while you're doing that, also let me know if you've got any driving experience. Yes, my next step is getting away. I can my next step is getting a way I can do my practical. I hope I can get a date for this month and go for it. I'm in Birmingham. Any advice, please? Dowda, hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. Dowda, if you are looking to book a practical this month, I wish you luck with that first and foremost. I'm assuming you've got driving experience, that you can go straight into a driving test. Right, my advice to you is this. I can't guarantee you're going to get one this month. The waiting time on average is 3 to 4 months. That's standard across. Technically, the waiting time is 6 months, but on average, you're looking about 3 to 4 months if you're actively searching. My advice to you is this: every Monday morning at 6 o'clock, the DVSA release new test dates. So you need to get up early Monday morning, about 10 to 6, 5 to 6, log on with your provisional license, your ferry test certificate number, and payment, a way of paying for the test. And hopefully you're going to be in the queue or the front of the queue to get any dates that are released. You may need to do it for a few Mondays. You may not get it for the first Monday because everybody's doing it. It may take you 2 to 3 weeks to try to get a date, but that's your best bet. I'll repeat that. Just jump online every Monday morning, about 10 to 6, 5 to 6. So when the dates are released at 6 o'clock, you're at the front of the queue, and then you can pick a date if there's any available. And then you've got 15 minutes to complete the transaction. That's the reason why you really want your license with you, your ferry test certificate with you, and a method of payment. Because once you log in and pick a date, you've got 15 minutes to make sure it's done and dusted. So hopefully that helps you. And what I would also advise you, I know you said you want a date this month, whatever date you get, let's just say for argument's sake, you got a date for November, December, still book it for November, December. Take whatever date's on there, take it, and then you can jump online at any time now, time of day, and then you can try to move it forwards. And if no dates come up, at least you've got a date booked. But take whatever date they are giving you and then go from there. But once you got a date, you can now jump online and change it at any time if they've got dates available. How is the ferry test waiting time? That varies from country to country. Country to country. That varies from city to city, to be fair. We get ours weekly, but I'm in my branch is in Luton and I cover North London, and we get ours weekly. So literally when the course is finished on a Friday, they get their test either Friday morning or a Saturday morning when we try to book it, because we try to do AM dates. But I'm hearing other parts of the country are 2 months and 3 months. I don't know why that is, because the ferry test has never been that long. So my advice for you is to know how long the waiting time is. Jump online and type in your postcode. You're going to get a better idea of when your waiting time is for your ferry test. I am new around here, but this past week you've really been motivating me, and I've booked my test for 2 months. Hope I pass. Daisy, thank you for the words, first and foremost. What test are we talking about? Are we talking about the ferry test you booked 2 months ago for 2 months' time? Or are we talking about a driving test? Because I'm interested, if it's a ferry test, why are you waiting to November to book to take a ferry test? Just out of interest. Hello, Caroline, welcome. Yes, it is. It is a beautiful afternoon. Hopefully you guys are getting some of that sunshine no matter where you are. Hello, Jane, welcome. KC, welcome back. Tomorrow, there was a question about the horse on the roundabout. Where do I expect the horse to go? I don't where. I have to try to join Discord again. Hello, everybody. Right, the horses, it's for cyclists and horses. The question normally is, a cyclist, horse rider signals left or right, which direction can they go? The answer is any direction. A horse rider and a cyclist would choose the safest route for them, not the same route as a car. So the answer to that, it can go in any direction. Since I started studying, I watched you. Appreciate that. Hello, Emmanuel. Hopefully you're well. I'm stuck currently trying to book my taxi practical test with nothing in my area, Northern Ireland. Oh, you're Northern Ireland. It's the same all over the place, to be fair. Even with the driving instructors driving test, the waiting time is long, full stop. I don't know how Northern Ireland work because their test is slightly different, but all I can suggest is keep looking, keep jumping the line, keep looking. It can get disheartening sometimes, but if you don't look, you don't get. So keep looking, and I wish you get luck with that, getting a date sometime soon. But it's the same all over the country, it's not just Ireland. Hello and welcome. I appreciate it's helping you, and I appreciate you guys coming and watching. Yeah, I've got quite a few traces in Discord and coming online, so it's not a problem. You got thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. Please, can you explain the type of roads we have? I'm not understanding that question. In terms of what context? Are we talking about the theory test or just in general? Not a problem. It's helping a lot. Thank you. I'm not sure what you're saying yes to. Oh, I think it was a theory test. Okay, that's fine. I'm now scoring 48. I am now scoring 48 out of 50. Well, I'm assuming that's your mock test. If that's the case, that's your mock test and you're scoring 48 out of 50 on a regular basis. Have you booked your real test? Because if that's the score you're getting, then you're ready to go, to be honest. I already have my provisional driver license. Okay. All right, I've just seen, sorry, I just seen your next message. My theory test is the 21st September. 4/11/18/25. 3 weeks from now, about 2.5 weeks from now. So you've got a little bit of time. Again, in the chat, if you've got any questions, any problems, put it in the chat. Let me answer it regarding to you. Need a lot of help as I got my test in October. I'm assuming October, 4 weeks away. I'm assuming you are talking about the theory test. What help? Saying you need help is, that's another thing with you guys. You guys are sending me emails and you send me a message via Instagram and you're sending message in Discord as well and saying, I need help. With help with what? Which category? Has a perception? You need to tell me what you need help with. I need help is just general. I can't give you help with, I just need help. Let me know what in particular you need help with, and then I can tailor it to you. Thank you so much, not a problem. Theory test. Okay. All right, your videos has been very helpful because I'm now new to driving in the UK. Okay, yeah, when you come from a different country, it does make it a little bit harder. The theory test and the driving, unless you drive in your country on the left-hand side, which is different. But if you drive on the right-hand side and a left-hand steering, it does make things a little bit awkward as well. But you will get used to it if you persevere with it. Hello and welcome. I want lessons from you, thank you. I wish I could give lessons to you, but unfortunately I can't. I do intensive courses and my courses are fully booked. I don't do normal driving instructor lessons or hourly lessons. I do intensive courses by the week. Again, another one's got their on Wednesday. I got my theory test on Wednesday. I'm nervous and need some advice. Nick, welcome. Again, saying to me you need help and you need advice. What advice do you need? What on? Type in the chat, let me know so I can help you out, especially if your test is on Wednesday, just around the corner. I'll give you all the advice you need, but let me know what you want advice on. I'm just getting to see your videos and I will like to know which video to start with because I'm finding it difficult to read and I really prefer videos to help me, thanks. Right, Joy, first of all, you can start with any video. it doesn't really make a difference because all the videos cover all the categories and questions you're going to need eventually. So you can start with anything. If you're new to it, so I'm just read your thing again. I'm just getting to see your videos, and I would like to know. Right, if you really want somewhere to start, let me just explain. You can start with any video, that's first thing. But if you really want somewhere to start, jump on the channel and type in, don't type in anything. Jump on the channel and look for the playlist, Study With Me. It's got all 14 categories. If you didn't know, there's 14 categories in the theory test. And obviously you got your hazard perception. The Study With Me series has all 14 categories, and it gives you a 20 question head start where I do a 20 question mock test and I break each question down, giving you hints, tips of how to find the answer. I'm doing another one at the moment. Practice makes you better, but I've not done a 14 categories in that yet. That's a weekly thing. So you can watch that one as well. But my advice is watch the Study With Me series. That's complete. And it's got the hazard perception. That's your starting point. If you struggle to read, there's nothing wrong with that. When you use the app, plug in your headphones, go to your settings and use headphones. The questions are then read to you, so it makes it slightly easier rather than reading the questions. Also, when you go to do your test, your real test I'm talking about, make sure when you fill in the form to book your test, you ask for headphones. And when you turn up, the headphones be ready and set for you to go and listen through the headphones. It's going to make your life a lot easier if you are struggling with reading. And while you're there, because you want to know where to start, let me do the overview of the test. So the way this works for all of you that are new, I always do an overview of how the theory test works. I never assume that you guys know how it works because there's always new people joining and there's new people just starting out studying. So let me do that first, and then I'll carry on with your comments below before we move on to the 20 question mock test. So the theory test is 50 questions. It's multiple choice. And where devious say or who set the questions are looking for safety options. It's just going to be safe, 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 safe. And as I said, it's got 14 categories, and the 50 questions are drawn from the 14 categories. You have 57 minutes to complete the 50 questions, and you need 43 out of 50 to pass. If you got 42 or less, you're going to fail that side of things, regardless of how good your hazard perception is. Then once you've done the 50 questions and you clicked end on that, you then move on to the hazard perception. The hazard perception is the videos, and it's 14 videos. 13 of them have single hazard where you can score a maximum of 5, and one of them's got a double hazard, 2 5s. You need to average at least a 3 on every clip. If your average is below 3, you are going to fail. So ideally you want 4s and 5s. If you do get a 0 on there, you can still pass as long as your average is above 3 with that. There's no trick questions. It's just worded badly and written badly. So it sounds, sometimes with some of the questions, it sounds like they're trying to trick you, but there's no trick questions whatsoever. It's just worded badly and written badly by the DVSA. And what they are looking for in terms of the theory test is safety. Same thing with your driving lesson. So your driving test, the examiner looks for safety and control, and your theory test is no different. You're looking for the safe option always, or a controlled outcome. And the controlled outcomes normally lead questions to motorways and first aid. They're normally controlled outcomes, but everything else is normally the safety factor. And the most important thing with the theory test, do not overthink it. Once you start overthinking it, you're going to start to add things in. So if they give you A, B, C, D as the question, that's only the information you got to deal with. Don't start adding E, F, G in it, or don't start taking things out of the question. So whatever they give you, that's what you got to work with, and that's what you're dealing with. So do not overthink it. Do not make the test about you. Do not make it personal. The theory test is generic. So no matter what part of the country you're taking your test, it's going to be the same answer across the board. But once you make it personal, I would do this, I would do that, you're now looking for an answer that's related to you, and the chances are you're going to pick the wrong answer. So that's the theory test in a nutshell, basically. So let me just do some of more of your comments, and I will then move on to the 20 question mock test, and I'll show you guys how that works. Are you in Luton? What parts of Luton are you in? Hi Kate, it's good to see you back. You're getting tired of the theory test. Why? Studying? Oh, still not passed yet. Okay. Are you taking a real test and failing it, or are you just still studying for the day? Let me know in the chat whether you've taken a test and failed it, or are you just studying until you think you're ready and then you're going to book it? Good afternoon, Dorian. I hope you're well. I have a theory test tonight. Wow, that's dedication for you to be on the live, and you got it tonight. I really appreciate your support. Tracy, good luck with it, first and foremost. And thank you for turning up even though you got one tonight. You know how it works. Take your time, because I know you've been studying for it. Take your time when you go in there. Make sure you read the questions carefully and read all the answers carefully. Anything you are not, this is for anyone taking a test as well. Any questions you are not sure, flag it, move on. It's no point stressing over a couple of questions if that's what you flagged. Now, once you finish the 50th question, you go back to the flagged ones where you got more time to spend on it. And if you still don't know what the answer is, work backwards. And what I mean by that, work out which one it can't be in terms of the right answer. There's always one stupid answer, and then I'll show you when we're doing a 20 question mock test. So you eliminate that. Sometimes there's two stupid answers, eliminate that, and then you're left with a 50-50. But the most important thing is take your time, read the questions carefully, and have belief in yourself as well. When you go in there, you will have self-doubts. That's common, but be strong and believe in your knowledge, because obviously you studied for it. Right, I have my tests tomorrow. Ian, good luck with it. Milton Keynes just down the road for me. Good luck with it. Again, if you've got any questions, any of you guys got questions, put it in the chat. KC saying you got this. Type of roads in general, maximum speed limit. Right. For the theory test, we're talking about dual carriageways, which is a motorway. Just in case you didn't know, dual carriageway and motorways are the same thing technically. A definition of a dual carriageway is a central reservation in the middle, i.e. crash barrier. And the speed limit for a car driver is 70 miles an hour. And if it's heavy goods and towing vehicles, it's 60 miles an hour. Then you've got the single carriageway where you can go on the other side of the road. And the national speed limit for that is 60 miles an hour for a car driver and 50 miles an hour for towing or heavy goods vehicle. And then you've got a road in the built up area, and the speed limit for that is 30 miles an hour. And you can tell the speed limit for that because the answer in the theory test would be street lights. So hopefully that helps you. Dual carriageways, single carriageways, and your normal built up areas. What's the simplest way to pass the hazard perception? The simplest way to pass it is to practice. There's no other way. There's no such thing as simplest way to pass the theory test or the hazard perception. You have to study with it. So it's just practice. Practice on the app, because when you practice on the app, you can review your clicks afterwards, whether you're too early or too late. Again, on the channel, I've got a video hazard perception, which is in depth. It talks about clicking too many times, not enough times, counting the clicks. It's really in depth. But the only way to pass the hazard perception is to practice. Practice makes you better. Hello and welcome. 23rd is my theory test date. 11, 18, about 3 weeks away, give or take. Wish you luck with that. Again, if you've got any questions, put it in the chat, let me know. Hello, good evening, Teresa. Again, another one. Tips on how to pass the theory test in general. Study. As simple as that. You can into practice. Right, see, I've just got a message that my stream quality dropped low. So obviously the internet's playing up. Hopefully, like I said, it lasts, but I've been having technical issues. Sorry, let me go back to what I was just saying. Yeah, you can fluke the theory test, pupils do, but like I said, I know from the ones that come onto my course who've already passed the theory test, I spend time at the side of the road because they don't know what the lines mean. They don't know what lights are coming next. They don't know what road marking means when we should be driving. I'm spending time talking about stuff they already passed. That's why it's important that you understand the theory. Once, if you understand it, you're going to pass it anyway. And that knowledge you now take into your driving lesson, which means you're saving time and money because you're driving, because you know what things mean and you apply it. So that's the best way of passing. So the tip you want from me is study. I still struggle with hazard perception videos. Again, practice. If you haven't watched it already, I've got the video on my channel, which is the hazard perception. It explains in a bit more detail on how that works. Simple advice, shall I say, is see the problem, click twice. See a problem, click, count 1, 2, and click again. That's your baseline. And then review it back to see if you click too early or clicking too late. Again, another one has a perception. Let's practice. Same advice I gave before. Just practice. Go for the 2-click method if you're not doing that already. What does double yellow lines beside the edge of the road mean? And what does a single line beside the edge of the road mean? Double yellow lines mean you cannot park. And single yellows mean there's a parking restriction, normally time constraint. So double yellows, there's no parking whatsoever. Single yellows means you can park there, but normally at certain times of the day. Again, there's a video on the channel where I discuss all the lines and explain it in more detail. Again, you've typed in the same message. Again, what advice do you need, Nick? Hi, Dorian, please, are you done with today's questions and answers? I'm just joining. No, I haven't started yet. I'm just literally going through the comments. There's so many. I'm going to get there, blessed. I will get there. But welcome. Dorian, it's a foreign license. Yes, I have a driving experience. I would like to come to your class. I need the intense course. My intensive courses are fully booked. And plus, what I did let me explain. What I do is nothing to do with YouTube. So what I do is off platform and my courses are fully booked. And someone in Discord was talking about finding driving instructors because they're fully booked up and talking about November. I'm actually taking bookings for January. That's how booked up I am. I've got nothing for the rest of the year. I'm literally taking bookings now for January. That's how busy I am. So if you want to do intensive courses, your best bet is to Google intensive course near you and see if you've got driving experience, that's even easier. Because I wouldn't recommend intense courses for anyone who hasn't got driving experience. I appreciate it, really do. Right, let me start this mock test. Like I said, I could be here talking to you guys all day because I love this. But let me start and I will still go through the comments as we're doing this. So for those of you that are new, the way this works is we read the question first and then you type the answer. So example, which diagram shows a hazard warning line? I always recommend to read the question. If it's got images, look at the images because sometimes you can get clues and golden nuggets from that. And then you go to your answer. So which diagram shows a hazard warning line? So look at A, B, C, or D. And then what I like you to do in the chat, type 1A, 1B, whatever your answer is. Put the question first, the number first, and then the letter of your answer because YouTube is lagging over the last couple of weeks. So I'd like to know what question you're answering. So let me just repeat that. For the first question, for example, if the answer was 1C, type 1C so I know what question you guys are answering because there's a lag between me, you, and YouTube. So type it in the chat and I will carry on doing your comments. Christopher, good evening, Dorian. Do I need to change address of my temporary driver's license if I relocate to new address? I'm not... Right, let me just read that again. I'm not sure what you mean by temporary license. Good evening, Dorian. Do I need to change address of my temporary driver's license? What's a temporary driver's license? Are you talking about your provisional? Because that's not temporary. If I relocate to a new address. The answer to your question, if it's provisional license you're talking about, yes, the address should be up to date. But if you are moving soon and you've got a test date, you can leave the old address on there. But if you are moving and you haven't got a test date for anything, change your address because technically it's illegal. I need advice on how I can pass the theory test because I'm very nervous and I have been doing mock tests. Right, first and foremost, you are, as I mentioned earlier, when you're going to be nervous. That's fact. If you're not nervous, you should be worried because you need the adrenaline to keep you focused. That's the first thing. Second thing is, you said you're doing mock tests. What scores are you getting on the mock test? Because if you're passing them on a regular basis, i.e. 46, 47, there's nothing to be worried about. But if you're failing it, then you're not ready for a real test, then it doesn't really matter. Just keep practicing. That's my advice for you. Again, Teresa's nerves. I'm nervous on 15th September. I have exam again. 15th is next week. So, again, if you've got any questions, any concerns, put it in the chat so I can answer it to remove the nerves. But I repeat, nerves is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Right, let me just go to the answers first and I'll come back to your comments. Wow, there's a lot of you doing this. Okay. Right, some of you got to put the number of the question. Because it's the first question, I know what you were on. But once moving forwards, put 2 and put your answer. Right, I've got A. I've got a difference of opinion, which is B. I've got A. Oops. And I've got A's. I've got lots of A's here. Teresa, you got A. I've got another B. Right, so it's a difference of opinion. I've got 1 A's and 1 B's on this. Right, let's take a look at the question. Which diagram shows a hazard warning line? Hazard warning line is A. You can tell the difference because they're long. And let me just blow this up for you guys. They're long and short gaps. This one, which some of you put as B, short and big gaps. These are center road markings. So B is center line markings and A is your hazard lines. You're having difficulty finding a parking space in a busy town. Can you park on the zigzag lines of a zebra crossing? Yes, in order to drop off a passenger. No, not under any circumstances. No, not unless you stay with your car. Yes, if you don't block people from the crossing. Again, 2 and then whatever your answer is. And I go back to your comments. Hi, Dorian. Alan, hi, Dorian. I'm happy to be on your live. I'm happy for you to be here. Welcome. Can you request headphones after booking your test, even when you do not have any learning experience? You can request headphones. You may take, you may have to wait a little bit longer for them to set it up if they haven't got one already set. That's why it's better to request it at source. So when you book your test, request headphones. That way it should be set up for when you're ready to go in. If they haven't got it set up, you may have to wait a little bit longer. And on the flip side, some of them, the test centers I'm talking about, have refused not to give you headphones because you didn't request it. That's out of order, but it depends on which test center you're at, whether or not they're kind enough to set it up for you. But yes, to your question, you can request after you booked your test. You just may need to wait a little bit longer before going in at the appointed time. My name's Kingsley. I just passed my theory test today. Your videos are really helpful. I did it first time and smashed. Well done to you, Kingsley. I give you your props for that. Thank you for coming back and let me know. In the chat, let me know what your next step is, whether you're going to take driving lessons or you're going to be looking to book a driving test. Right, let me catch up with you guys and see what you guys are going for. Again, guys, put the number of the question first so I know what number you are on. 2B. Patricia, welcome. 2B. Denise, welcome. I've seen your message. Thank you. Welcome. And 2B. Most of you going for B's. Yes, B. Not under any circumstances. It carries a fine. If you get caught, it's an instant fine. If you get caught passing a zigzag, you should never park on a zigzag or overtake within a zigzag. When should tire pressure be checked? After traveling at high speeds, after any lengthy journey, when tires are cold, when tires are hot. Remember, put 3 and then whatever your answer is, please. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Just seeing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. God, there's so many comments there. I'm just trying to keep up. I will get to your comments, guys. Welcome, welcome. Glad that you're new. I'm glad you turned up to watch the live. Hopefully you appreciate that and get some value from it and keep coming back onto your pass. Hiya, Safia. Hopefully you are well. Taking the test and failing it. All right, Kate, let me know if you are in Discord. If you're not in Discord, get yourself in there and let's help you get this pass. Did my theory test on the 22nd last month and failed by 2 points, but passed for hazard. It's booked again on the 21st this month. Hopefully you've done the studying on the categories that you failed on and you've brought your knowledge up to scratch. And again, you've got 21st, you've got quite a little bit of time to get more studying in. Again, if you've got any questions, let me know. Grace is saying good evening to everyone. And then let me go back to what you guys are on. What are we on? 3. So 3C. 3C. Right, most of you going for 3Cs. C. I think Patricia's going for C. Martha's going for C. Right, most of you going for C's. Oh, here's one, difference of opinion. And someone's gone for B. Tracy's gone for B. All right, what is the question? When should your tyres be checked? Right, Tracy went for B after lengthy journey. There's no point checking it after lengthy journey because you got home safely in one piece. You check your tyres when they are cold. All your levels, your brake fluid, engine coolant. For those of you taking driving lessons, you'll understand what I'm talking about with the show me, tell me questions. And your tyres will be checked when they're cold because you get a true reading. Tyres are rubber. The reason why you check it when it's cold because tyres are rubber. They get hot when you're driving, so they expand. So you're never going to get a true reading. So always check all your levels and your tyres when they are cold. When dyslexia, what must you do when you're overtaking a car at night? So what must you do? Select a higher gear, switch your headlights to main beam before overtaking, make sure you don't dazzle other road users, flash your headlights before overtaking. The real theory test has Tracy, the real theory test has case studies with videos, or is it just mock? No, the real test has case studies. The last 3 questions, 48, 49 and 50 is case studies, which is all videos. Again, on my channel, I've done a 20 question mock test with all videos. So I've done all the case studies that come up in the apps on the channel. So if you go and search for that, it's all video mock test. And it gives you some hints and tips on that because I notice when people do the case studies, they watch the videos and they try to get all the answers from the videos. Sometimes the videos can mislead you. So be very, very careful with that. So if you haven't done it already, watch the mock test that I did with the case study videos. And hopefully that'll give you an insight into that. evening, Eartha. Dorian, I've been studying all day, just joined. I fell asleep. How are you doing? I'm fine. Studying can do that to you. Sometimes you've got to take a break. Make sure you don't overdo it. Otherwise, the information doesn't go in. Chris, I have my test on Wednesday morning. Wish me luck. I need to pass this time by the grace. I wish you luck with that. Again, let me know if you've got any questions in the chat, any questions you want cleared up. Rachel, good evening, sir. Thanks so much for your effort. I wrote my test on the 1st of this month and scored 49 out of 50. Well done to you. And 50 out of 75. Thanks for all your 15 series videos. That's a Study With Me series. Again, Rachel, I'm going to give you your props for that. Congratulations. And thank you for coming back and letting me know. And let me know in the chat what your next step is. Som 2. I don't know. I had my test on Thursday. I got 48 multiple choice and 66 on Hazard Perception. Well done to you. Thank you for teaching. And again, thank you as well. And thank you for coming back. It's really important for me to know that you guys are passing with the videos, because that's my motivation to keep going and making more videos for you guys. So thank you. I appreciate you coming back and letting me know how you guys are getting on. Good day to you, and thanks for the good work, and God bless. No problem, Kenny. Appreciate that. Hi, Dorian. I'm all the time when I do on the computer for practice all the time, 15, and has 6 all the time. I do know what happens. I didn't pass. When you can advise, please. So let me just read it again, Teresa. Hi, Dorian. Let me just start that and let me do the answers first, and I'll come back to that. What are we on? Some of you are not putting the numbers. Right, I'm going to go for the ones with the numbers. 4C. Tracy's, sorry, I meant 4C, that's fine. Melissa, 4C. 4C. Again, most of you going for C's on this one. So the question is, what must you do when you're overtaking 4C? Yeah, make sure you don't dazzle other road users. For those of you that don't know, dazzle is blinding someone with your lights. So make sure you don't dazzle other road users. So it's going to be that one. Where should you stop to rest if you feel tired while you're traveling along a motorway? So where should you stop? On the central reservation, at the nearest service area, on the hard shoulder, on a slit road. Right, Teresa, I'll come back to yours. Hi, Don. I'm all the time when I do. Right, I'm assuming you're saying you get 50 out of 50 when you do it on your computer, and 65 and Hazard Perception all the time. I don't know what happens. I didn't pass when. Right, I'm assuming you're saying you get 50 out of 50 on your, when you practice at home, 65. So you're passing at home is what you're saying. But when you take the real test, you don't pass. Now, the chances are you're really nervous and you start doubting yourself, which is common, which means you change your answers from the right answer to the wrong answer, or your understanding of the question isn't there. As much as you do mock tests, you're memorizing the answers rather than understanding what the answer is, which is another reason. My advice to you, if you've got the paperwork they gave you when you took the test, look at the categories. If you've done it more than once, look at both paperwork or whatever, how many paperwork they gave you, and see if there's a common denominator, as in, let's say road signs was the category that you always got questions wrong in, and go from there. So it's either lack of understanding, even though you're passing the mock test, lack of understanding, or you get nervous and you don't trust yourself and you're changing your answers. But go to the categories first, and that's just baseline. What are we on 5? Let me look at 5C. Right, I've got 5B, 5B. I've got 2 blesseds. Blessed for the best and blessed Johan. Welcome to both of you anyway. B, right, most of you, Patricia's gone for B. Most of you have gone for Bs. I don't see a difference of opinion here. Right. Yeah, stop at the nearest service station, come off the motorway, take a break, take a rest, walk, get fresh air, or get something to eat, and go again. Or you should always take regular breaks if you've got a long motorway journey. What does a red traffic light mean? So what does a red traffic light mean? Proceed with care. You must stop and wait behind the stop line. Stop if you're able to brake safely. You should stop unless turning left. Fab lady, I've written mine 3 times, passed my perception, but I got 42 at first, 41, then 40. Sad. Again, go for the categories. Look at the categories, what they've given you, and then go from there. If you've taken it 3 times. Again, if you've got all the paperwork, put them side by side and see if there's a common denominator in terms of the categories you are struggling with. Again, if you're not in Discord, jump in there. You can get all the help you can get. You're getting motivation, encouragement. You're going to get help from me and getting help from the other community members in there. And you can post any questions you're struggling, post your screenshots, and everyone's going to jump in and help you. I had my ferry test on Wednesday. Thank you so much. Your videos are helping me. I also appreciate your honesty about your own challenges. I've always got challenges, trust me on that. I'm no different from you guys. I go through, when I'm studying for whatever I'm studying with, I go through it as well. I have dyslexia. My dyslexia is mild, so it does throw me off. It makes sense up here, but it doesn't come out of my mouth the way it should do. I just read the questions, no different from you guys, especially when I do my one-to-ones with my pupils in the classroom. I have to read the question 2 or 3 times, and I do it every single week. So I read some questions 2 or 3 times, especially if it's wordy. There's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, I've got challenges just like you guys. I'm no different. And that's why I can share my experience with you guys. And I know what you guys are going through as well. That's why I understand. No problem, Tracy. Right, what are we on? 6. I got 6. Oops, let's make that slightly bigger. 6B, 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 and then Martha 6B. Most of you gone for 6. Teresa's gone for 6. And again, I don't see a difference of opinion on that. So it's all B's. Life, welcome back. I've not been around. I've been driving everywhere, and it feels great. Great. Yeah, you're a driver now, so you're lucky for some. Yeah, that's what. Especially with the weather the way it is today. Window down, a little bit of music. You're laughing. Red traffic light means you must stop and wait behind the stop line. If you watch my videos, I do say sometimes if you've got the word safe, safely, or safety in it, you have to shortlist as a possible. This one says stop if you're able to brake safely. But it doesn't, the safety factor doesn't work on that because it says stop if you're able to brake safely. You should always be able to brake safely. That's why it's B. When are you allowed to use hazard warning lights? When parked on double, some of you are asking about double yellows, by the way. You can't park on a double yellow line. There's no stopping at any time. Anyway, when parked on double yellow lines to visit a shop, when stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic, when traveling during darkness without headlights, when traveling slowly because you're lost. Someone's got red double. What does a red double line mean on the edge? Similar to double yellows, no stopping at any time. It just means there's definitely no stopping. You normally find them in central London, near government buildings, that type of thing. Haji, Dorian, passed my theory test, just looking to book my driving test. Thank you so much for helping us. No problem, I give you your props for passing. Thank you for coming back and let me know. What part of the country are you looking to book your driving test? It's nice to know what area you're going to book your driving test in. Ria. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. And welcome, because I've not seen your name before, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Martha is new. Welcome to you. My theory test is on next Saturday, but I'm a bit worried about traffic light. It just confuses me. Any advice, please? Yes, advice. Jump on the channel. I've got a video that dedicates to traffic lights. It explains the sequences of what the colors mean in detail, and that will remove your fear. So jump on the channel and look for the traffic lights video. It was done about 6 weeks ago, give or take. We're at number 7. Right, 7D. Oh, this is interesting. I've got 7D, 7B, 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 and oh, got a C as well. 7C, interesting. Right, I've got B's, C's, and D's. Right, when are you allowed to use hazard warning lights? Right, let's go. Right, you can't put hazard, you shouldn't, I won't say can't, you shouldn't put your hazard lights on when you're driving slowly. If you're lost, you should pull up on the left and try to find out where you're going, so it's not that one. When traveling during darkness without headlights, this is what I mean about stupid answer. I think I was mentioning to someone else. If you flag your questions, this is for the real test, by the way, learning, mock test, and you don't know what the answer is, go backwards, work out what it can't be rather than looking for the right answer. This is a stupid answer. When traveling during darkness without headlights, you should not be driving without headlights when it's dark. So you can eliminate that. So now you're left with 1 in 3 chance of being correct. The correct answer is B, when stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic. So if you're in obstruction, then you're going to put hazard lights on to let people know. That's the reason why it's B. And you shouldn't be parked on the double yellow because there's no stopping on the double yellow lines. Which lights must you use if you're driving on a well-lit motorway at night? If you've watched my videos about lights, you know exactly what the answer is to this. So anyway, let me read the question again. Which lights must you use if you're driving on a well-lit motorway at night? Use front fog lights, use headlights, use only your side lights, use rear fog lights. Caroline, someone actually pulled over in a bus lane today. You get it all the time, people using bus lanes when they shouldn't. There's one bus lane in North London off the Great Cambridge and you see cars flying down there when the bus lane's 24/7. You're always going to get that, unfortunately. There's a lot of crazy people out there. Just make sure you're not one of them. Kate, I'm assuming you mean Discord. It's in the link. Start again. The link is in the description of this live. It's in the description of the last 3 videos that I've done. When YouTube processes live and it's uploaded, I will be going back in here as well and do it as a pinned comment. So click on the link. It takes you straight into Discord and let us know that you arrive in the general chat. Just introduce yourself and everyone will be in there trying to help you as much as possible. I'll give an example of what I mean by that as well. I get what you're saying. If you're failing it on a regular basis, yes, it can become boring and frustrating. But like I said, join the community. You're going to be in there with like-minded people who's going to keep your spirits up. That's why I did it as a platform to help you guys. And like I said, I'll give you a big example of that in a minute. Enzo, hopefully goes well for you tomorrow. Right, what are we on? 8. Right. 8B. Martha's 8B. Most of you going for Bs. No, welcome. Always sneaking through the back door, but it's nice to see you. Patricia, you changed your answer, Patricia. You got 8B. I'm gonna 8A. There's nothing wrong with changing your answer, by the way. That's what I recommend you guys do. If you're not sure, there's nothing wrong with changing it. And just because you click once, I'm talking about the real test as well. Just because you click once, it doesn't mean to say you can't change your answer. As long as you change it from the wrong one to the right one, though. Rachel, right, most of you gone for B's. It's your headlights. And I always say in the videos, if they ask a bog standard question, which this one is, it's going to be headlights or dipped headlights. They use either term, dipped headlights or headlights, which is the same thing. If they want more information about different lights, the answer, the clue is going to be in the question. So, example, you're driving in fog. Which light should you use? It's going to be fog lights. You're parked on a road of 30 miles an hour or more. Which lights? Parking lights. The clues in the question when it comes to lights. So hopefully that helps you guys out. How should you overtake horse riders? Use your horn just once to warn them. Speed isn't important, but follow. Let's try that again. Speed isn't important, but allow plenty of room. Drive slowly and leave plenty of room. That's interesting, similar answers. Drive up close and overtake as soon as possible. Topic areas, safety margin, vehicle handling, road user, road traffic sign. Okay, those are massive topics. I'm assuming those are massive topics that you are struggling on. Safety margins, handling vulnerable road users, road and traffic signs. Get yourself into Discord, let me help you. That's the only advice I give you. Get yourself into Discord and let me help you out. Once you go in there, also, if you can upload one of the latest fail certificate that you've got, so the latest paperwork that you've got that you failed on, if you can upload it, you go into the failed section of the, I don't need your personal details, I just need to see that section. Take a screenshot, upload it in the failed section so I can see the categories and the amount of questions you got wrong in those categories. Then I can now tailor support to you directly rather than just general. Get yourself into Discord, we're going to help you out. I thank you, Martha, for turning up and watching. Appreciate it. What number are we on? 9. ICO JV, hi, John, passed my theory test last week. Thanks to you. Thank you for coming back and giving your props. Well done to you. Let me know in the chat what your next steps are. Driving lessons or driving test. Right, 9. We got 9C. 9C. Again, most of you are going for C's on this. I don't see a difference of opinion on this. They're all C's, and drive slowly and leave plenty of room. See, if you go to, this is what I'm saying about similar answers. It says speed isn't important, but allow plenty of room. That sounds like it's safe because you're allowing plenty of room. But the key word there, speed isn't important, speed is important. And that's the reason why it's this one. This came up in the classroom this morning and they went for this one. But yeah, that's about reading the question and breaking it down. And again, understanding it. Drive slowly, that means you're not going to spook the horse. That's why it's that one. You lose control of your car and damage a garden wall. What must you do if the property owner isn't available? Find someone in the area to tell them about it immediately. Go back to tell the house owner the next day. Report the incident to your insurance company when you get home. Report the incident to the police within 24 hours. I think I'm up to date with this. Okay, I'm seeing your questions. Hold on one sec. Where have you gone? I didn't see the first parts of that. You just got when. I don't know when to what. There's the second part. When did you do that? I must have missed the first part in the chat. If you let me know what you're talking about, and then I can help you out with that. I must have missed the first part of what you were saying. Oh, but when is the Discord comes up? Discord, I don't understand what you mean by that. Discord is open 24/7. You can go in there, type your messages at any point. As I said, all you got to do is click on the invite, which is in the description of this video or live, and it's in the last 3 videos that I've released on the Thursday. And it takes you straight in, and you can go in there any time and post your questions and seek help. And from time to time, you can jump in a room as well, and I can talk to you directly in one of the rooms in the study room. What are we on 10? Alzheimer's gone for a deep description. Always pass wide and slowly. Yes. When you see a horse on the road, you should slow down to a maximum of 10 miles an hour. Again, correct. Be patient. Do not sound your horn or rev your engine. When safe to do so, pass wide and slow. That's detailed. Are you a horse rider, Sama? That's 100% correct. And the reason why you slow down is to kill the noise of the engine straight away, so not to spook the horse. So Sama, are you a horse rider? Right, 10D. D, and again I saw pure D's on there. Tracy's got D. Gigi, welcome to you, sneaking through the back door. 10. And all D's. Right, yeah, report with the police for 24 hours because then you're legal. So if you've caused damage to someone else's property and you cannot find the owner, do not leave messages with the family members. Do not leave notes on windscreens. Go to the police, report within 24 hours. You're now legal. You've got nothing to worry about at that point. Why should you reduce your speed? Again, always look at the image. And let me just blow it up for you guys. So look at the image first. Why should you reduce your speed? A low bridge is ahead. The road surface changes ahead. A staggered junction ahead. The road narrows ahead. I just tried to check description now, but not there, please. I really need to be there. It should be in the description. I put it in there myself. If it's not in there, it's not a problem. Check last week's Thursday's video, whatever Thursday's date was. I can't even remember what the video was about. Documents. Last week Thursday's video was about documents, and it's got it in the description and it's got it as a pinned comment. I did it myself over the weekend, so it should be in there. So you can click on that one. But if not, like I said, it will be in the pinned comment after this is up live. Right, I got 11C. C. Patricia's gone for C. Vinova's gone for C. Right, most of you gone for C's. Rachel, good news. C. Caroline, C. Most of you gone for C's, and it is a staggered junction. Again, let me just blow it up so you guys can see it. That sign is a staggered junction. So that's the reason why you're going to reduce your speed. Oh, this is interesting. Some two-way roads are divided into 3 lanes. Why are they particularly dangerous? Traffic uses the middle lane for emergencies only. Traffic can travel faster in poor weather conditions. Traffic in both directions can use the middle lane to overtake. Traffic can overtake on the left. Duchess, thank you, Dorian. Pass through to us last Wednesday, 49 out of 50. Wow, that's a high score. Well done to you in 55 out of 75. Congratulations on passing, Duchess. Let me know what your next step is. Are you going to take driving lessons or are you looking to book a driving test? But well done to you for passing and thank you for coming back and letting me know. Right, I've got a 12C. 12C. Melissa, 12 C's. Patricia. Again, most of you going for C's. Anyone gone for something different? Davidson. Again, I've not seen you before. Sneaking through the back door. And the answer is traffic and border control. Yeah, 12C. Definitely correct. Oh, signs. Let's see how good you are with signs. What shape are traffic signs giving orders? Again, looking at each one. So what shape are traffic signs giving orders? Patricia is showing some love to all of you that have passed. Just trying to register on Discord. There's nothing to register for, Kate. All you got to do, like I said, click on the link. Don't stress over it. Like I said, it will be in this video once it's uploaded. Or if you check out last Thursday's video, which was documents, it's in there. Don't stress. We're going to get you that pass. Right, got these. Nita, Laura. Laura, your one's just come through as 11C. So again, your internet connection must be slow. Alan, same with you. I've literally just seen your one come through just now between the 13Ds. 11C for Alan as well. Liberty, welcome to you. I've not seen you before. 13D. Teresa got 13D. And the answer is D. Red circles are orders if you didn't know. Triangles are warnings. These two don't exist. What could you do to help injured people at an incident? What could you do to help injured people at an incident? Give them a warm drink. Keep them on the move by walking them around. Give them something to eat. Keep them warm and comfortable. Some of you joined Discord now. Nikki's just joined. Yeah, some of you just joined in literally now. So welcome. I'll welcome you when I get in there after this as well. 14. Mark, welcome. I have recently came to your channel as I'm hoping to book my ferry very soon, but I have not taken any lessons yet due to conditions and struggling with hazard perception. When you say lessons, are you talking about driving lessons or are we talking about the ferry lessons? Oh, you mean mock test? But welcome anyway, either way. I'm waiting for my driver's license 2 weeks ago. How long do you think it will take? Driver's license at this time of year, you should be quoted 21 to 28 days. But if you're waiting 2 weeks, it should be here soon. It's normally 10 working days, to be honest. But you have to wait up to 28 days because obviously the holiday season and all the rest of it. That's the reason why. But it should be here soon if you're waiting 2 weeks. Not far off now. 14. Right, let's get down. Right, KC 14D. Austin, another one sneaking through the back door. Welcome, Austin. 14. Tracy. Actually, another one, 14D. Most of you, right, most of you, GG's gone for 14D. Right, most of you gone for 14D. It is keep them warm and comfortable. In other words, on the real test, it can come up as reassure them. And that's just talking to them, making them sure they're comfortable and someone's there with them. Another row, so let me get this up a little bit so you guys can see. Let me get rid of this. Right, what messages are given by circular traffic signs that have a blue background? They give motorway information. They give directions to car parks. They give temporary directions during a diversion. Why is that a mouthful for me? They give temporary directions during a diversion. They give mandatory instructions. I will check afterwards, Kate. I can't do it while I'm live, but I will check afterwards. If you clicked on the link and he's taking you straight in there, you're in there, you get a welcome message. And like I said, you can go into the general chit chat and introduce yourself. Also, for all of you that are joining Discord, you have to use your real name, by the way. If you're using numbers, nicknames, you won't get any help, unfortunately, because it's designed to be friendly on a first name basis on that. So if you go in there with numbers and a nickname, all you got to do is click on your profile, change your name to who everyone calls you, and you're going to get all the help you need. And for me helping you, I'm not helping nicknames, because it should be a safe environment where we're all on a first name basis. 15. Got my ferry in 2 days. Thanks for doing this. Not a problem. If you've got any questions, put it in the chat before we finish off. And good luck with it on Wednesday. Duchess, learn to drive. Oh, Birmingham. Busy, busy, busy. Good luck with that. I'll see your message, Mark. Driving lessons. Okay. There's nothing wrong with taking driving lessons while you're learning the theory side of it. That's what I would recommend if you couldn't afford to do both at the same time. Take driving lessons while you're doing the theory, because the theory reinforces the driving reinforces the theory. The only downside with trying to find someone to give you driving lessons as instructors, they are very, very busy at the moment. So I wish you luck with finding one. And if you find a good one, hang on to them until you pass. Right, what are we doing now? 15, let's get to 15. 15D. D. Let's give it a block in the view. I'm assuming that's a D. Sorry, 15. You got 16, we're not on 16 just yet. Unless you're psychic. 15. Tracy's 15D. And D. Yeah, most of you gone for D. It's mandatory. Back in the day, it used to be instructions or positive instructions, but as you can see, the apps have been updated to now always use mandatory on that. Right, what should you do when you're driving in snowy conditions? So what should, keyword there, should. Be ready to steer sharply. Brake gently in plenty of time. Brake firmly and quickly. Use side lights only. Click on the link that should be in the description. I've been told it's not in there, but it's in the description, and it will be in a pinned comment. If not, check out last week's video, which was documents, came out last Thursday, and it's in there. So all you do is click on the link, it takes you straight in there. And as I say, go in the general chit chat and introduce yourself, but make sure you're using your real name when you go in there. Not a problem, you're welcome. No problem, Austin. Thank you for turning up and joining the live. Right, I think I'm up to date. 16, Patricia's come through. B. Oops. Teresa and Tracy. Again, most people gone for B. I don't see a difference of opinion on this. Right, question, what should you do when driving in snowy conditions? You went for B, brake gently. Yeah, remember, which is a fairy test question, takes you up to 10 times longer to stop in snow. So you want to brake gently and give yourself plenty of time. You are driving a car that has a diesel engine. What can a loose filler cap on your fuel tank cause? It can improve your vehicle's fuel consumption. It can make the engine difficult to start. It can increase the level of exhaust emissions. It can make the roads slippery for other road users. Driving Trust is currently fully booked and asked me to book and pass the ferry test first. If he's fully booked, there's nothing you can do about that. Yeah, so do the ferry side of it, get that done as soon as possible, and that way when he's can put you in, you're good to go. And all you got to do now is take a few driving lessons. Hopefully, you can give an assessment with that, and then gauge roughly when you could be ready for a driving test, and then you can go and book it because you've already passed the ferry test. So that's not a bad thing, to be fair, as long as you use the time wisely. Right. 17. D, Harriet. Okay, most of you are going for D's on there. Chris has got D. Alyssa's got D. Most of you are going for D's. I don't see a difference of opinion. All D's. Yeah, it can make the road slippery. It's the way it's worded sometimes as well, loose filler cap. It just means the bit where you put your diesel in is not securely fastened. So as you're driving fast over speed humps, it can spill out onto the road, and oil and water don't really mix. That's why it can make the road slippery, or diesel and water don't mix. That's the reason why it's what it is. Your car needs to pass the MOT test. What may be invalidated if you drive a car without a current MOT? The vehicle service record, the vehicle registration document, the vehicle insurance, the vehicle tax. Right, on how do you differentiate steep hilled upwards and steep hilled downwards? I know moving from right to left assessment. Yeah, it's moving from right to left. You're 100% correct. So if you're steep hill, so let me just come out just so you can see. If you see the signs, you're going from left to right, because we read from left to right in a book form. So we read from left to right. So if you're going up, that's a steep hill, up. And if you come down, you're going downhill. So that's how you do it. So literally go across. If the sign is showing you it's going up, that's still a steep hill upwards. And if you're going across and it's coming down, it's a steep hill downwards. So hopefully that helps you out. 18. Right, Chris has got, oops. 18C, Patricia. Rachel. Teresa. Right, again, most of you have gone for C, so you know your stuff on this. Your vehicle insurance, the order it comes in is MOT first to say your car is roadworthy. Then once your car's roadworthy, you can insure it for you to drive on the road, and then you need a tax for your car to be on the road. So if your car's not roadworthy, your insurance company is not going to insure you, or it becomes invalid if that's the case, if you already got it. What should you do when you're approaching roadworks on the motorway? What's the keyword there again? Should. Speed up to clear the area quickly. Always use the hard shoulder. Stay very close to the vehicle in front. Obey the speed limit. I want to say thanks all of you that helped me to pass my theory test. Congratulations to you on passing. Let me know what your next steps are. Thank you for coming back and letting me know. Again, congratulations for you passing. Appreciate you coming back and letting me know. But let me know what your next steps are. Driving lessons or driving test. Regarding steep hill, it doesn't depend on the percentage, right? No, it doesn't. They can show you any percentage on the theory test. It really doesn't. All you need to know is steep. So you may need to use, if real life driving we're talking about, if you're using manual, you may need to use your gears to control the speed down the hill, low gear, control the speed. But for the theory test, no, the number they show you is irrelevant. It's just whether it's up or down is what you want to get right. 19, so Melissa's got D. Netta's got D. Tracy's got D. Again, most of you are going for Ds. Rachel. And Teresa, yeah, most of you are going for Ds. By the speed limit. And this is what I was talking about again earlier on about flagging questions. Go back and read it. Speed up to clear the area. Stupid answer. You're never going to speed up if you're approaching roadworks. Let me just get this down a little bit. Always use the hard shoulder. You can't use the hard shoulder unless it's emergency. So technically stupid answer. Stay very close to the vehicle in front. You're doing 17 miles an hour on the motorway and you should not be staying close to the vehicle in front. So straight away, you can get rid of these three. You're left with one by default. And sometimes that's how it works. And for those of you who are taking tests, be nervous and all the rest of it. That's what I'm trying to say about staying calm and just read it and just go through it logically. It's simple as that. Nerves is not a bad thing, it's a good thing, as long as you control it and don't let it overtake your mindset. You're waiting to come out of a side road. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists? Why? Again, should is the key word. Motorcyclists are usually faster than cars. Motorcyclists can easily be hidden behind obstructions. Police patrols often use motorcycles. Motorcyclists have the right of way. You're ready for a driving test? Well, hopefully you can get one pretty soon. What part of the country you're in? Let me know what part of the country you're looking to take your driving test, but hopefully you can get one. If you've missed the beginning of the live, I did mention if you jump online every Monday morning, about 5 to 6, 10 to 6, you may be able to get the new dates that the DVSA released every Monday. And that's a way to try to get a earlier test date. Hopefully that helps you. But fingers crossed with your test when you go to take it. $20. Oh, difference of opinion. Oh, Melissa, you changed your answer. Because you got B, then you got D. Hopefully, you've changed it to the right answer. $20B, B. Right, I've got difference of opinion. Melissa, you changed your answer from... I know you didn't. Sorry, that's my mistake. See, I'm misreading that. You typed it in twice, so you got B's. I got a B's and D's. So you're waiting to come out of a side road. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists? What did I get? D's and B's. Motorcyclists can easily be hidden behind obstructions. That sounds good. And it was a D. Motorcycles don't have the right of way. No one's got right of way, by the way. Vehicles have priority, but no one has the right of way in any given situation. So it's this one. Motorcyclists can easily be hidden behind obstructions and they take a little bit longer to come into view. So yeah, definitely make sure you look both ways for motorcyclists and cyclists, by the way. Most of you know your stuff on that, getting the right answers. For those of you doing that, passing it, question is, have you booked a real test? Barbara, good luck on Friday. Wish you luck with that. Oh, Manchester, busy city. Yeah, jump online on a Monday morning, about 10 to 6, 5 to 6, and hopefully you can grab one of the new dates they release every Monday. See you, Teresa. Take care. Right, before there's one I saw and I just want to tackle. Good Friday. Right, I tried a driving test road sign practice on my laptop now. That confuses me. Thanks for clarifying it. Right, okay, that's not a problem as long as it's all cleared up for you. Right, for those of you that haven't joined Discord and would like help, my advice is join Discord. Again, I'm not going to get the questions near the bottom. How do you join Discord? It's invite. Here we go. Look, I told you I'm going to get the question. I'm going to come to that in a minute. Do I have a link to the real test? What test are we talking about? The driving test? But the answer to your question is no. Anyway, whether it's the real test or theory test or driving test, no. You jump on the DVSA website, dvsa.gov.uk. If it's theory test, you type in theory test, it takes you to the link to that. And if it's a driving test, you type in driving test, it takes you to the link to that. But make sure you are booking your test on the official site, because there's a lot of scammers out there charging an arm and leg, especially for a driving test. Go through the official website. The DVSA don't charge you anything extra. Nita, hopefully there's another live next Monday if you are free to come. Type in and make a list of any questions or doubts that you may have. Bring it next week with you on the live. Get you sorted for the next week on the 15th. Right, let me quickly explain. So Discord, the link is in the description. I've been told it's not in there. Don't know why, because I put it in there yesterday myself and I promoted the live. But it will be in the, if it's not in the description, I will put it in once YouTube process this. Once I end the live, YouTube takes a bit of time to process it. And then once it's processed, I can go in there, do a pinned comment, and it will be in the description. If you want to go in there sooner than that, look for last week's video, which was documents. It came out last Thursday. It definitely is in the description and it's as a pinned comment in there. You click on the link, it takes you straight into Discord. Introduce yourself into the chat. And as I said, you can ask any questions, upload screenshots of all the questions you're struggling, and you're going to get all the help from the community in there. So let me give you an example. I'm not going to mention names just in case they didn't want me to mention names. There was a girl in there about 2 weeks ago, failed her theory test. She got 39 out of 50 and failed it. English is not her language. Another people passed about 3-4 weeks ago. And that person decided to help her in her own language. So they was talking, it's not something I recommend doing on the platform, but I knew it was gonna help her. So she posted a lot of questions in her language. She used the voice facility, because you can leave voice messages in there, with these other people. So they was helping each other to pass the theory test. On Saturday, she posted her certificate of a pass. I am so proud of her because the amount of work she put in, the amount of questions she asked, and she was doing it from the book. And that's what Discord does. It will help you, whether if English is not your first language, there's other people on there that speaks different language, they can help you. It's not about me always helping, it's about the community helping each other. If you feel down, go in there, let them know. They will give you all the help and support you can. That's what it's designed to do, for you guys to help each other. All you got to do is go in there, speak up, post your questions, type your questions, whatever it happens to be. But one thing I do ask is to type it in a relevant section. There's a theory test question section, obviously put it in there. There's a driving lesson question section, put it in there. General chit chat, you can just go in the general chit chat bit. And if you passed your theory test, pull it in there. If you failed it, pull it in there. And like I said, you will get all the help that you need. And I can't say guarantee, but you have a better chance of passing that theory test next time out. Just do not be afraid to post your question, because there's no silly questions or stupid answers that you can give in there. And that's the reason why I say use first name, because it's a safe environment. If anyone steps out of line, I'll kick them out. So it's not a problem with that. So that's how that works. Tracy, not a problem. Good luck with your 8 o'clock. Good luck with your test. Let us know how you get on. When you say real test, I'm assuming you mean driving test or the theory test. Again, that's the DVSA website. It's got nothing to do with me. I've not got the link for that. Or Google it. If you can't find it, just jump on Google, book a driving test. Make sure it comes up as the DVSA site. There's a lot of scam sites, and make sure it's an official one. No problems, Carissa. Good luck with your test when that comes. Thank you, Gigi. Yeah, I just saw your message. Sorry, Tracy, I just saw your message. Yeah, make sure it's the official DVSA site. No problem. Take care. Good luck. Oh, that's a shame. As I always say, start with the categories that you got the questions wrong in. It's going to give you an insight to where you need to brush up on. Again, if you haven't done it already, join Discord and get your help. Let's get you that pass next time round. See you live. Take care. You see, the problem I got with that, you failed it this week. What's going to change between now and next week? Only you know what time you can put in, but me personally, I would not. If I failed it this week, I wouldn't be putting for a test next week. I'll get my studying done. But like I said, only you know what studying you can do between now and next week. Thank you. Appreciate that. And again, thank you. Right, so there's no more comments in there. I'm going to wish you guys a good evening. Hopefully enjoy the rest of the day and the sunshine. So you guys who have got tests, especially a lot of you got it on Wednesday, good luck with that. For all of you who's got tests this week, if you haven't already joined Discord, introduce yourself. Otherwise, I will catch you next Monday here, same time, same place, same time. Take care, guys. Keep safe.